Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a special story called An Encounter of Special Kind. So, next is the explanation of an encounter of special kind. The author's father was a medical professional working for private camp in Raniganj in West Bengal. The author's house was individual bungalow in the corner of large campus. The compound was luxurious with green grass, colorful flask and host of tall and majestic trees. The seasonal vegetables in the kitchen garden and the magnificent trees constantly attracted squirrels and many more species of birds and group of langur who had made their den in an aswatha tree nearby. All of them were part and parcel of author's life. A small incident which took place on Saturday afternoon left a profound effect on the author and revealed new aspect of the wonders of God's creation. It was a few days into puja vacation, and just like any other normal child, the author was busy. It was a few reading magazines and storybooks for children in festive season. After a sustainable lunch, the author parent and younger sister lay down for an afternoon nap, and he himself sat down to read a storybook. The perfect backdrop for reading an adventure story was occasionally disturbed by the sound of his family snoring. The frequent chirping of house sparrows, the harsh cawing of crow, and the sharp call of a kite, the frequent flying high above the ground. As the author was deeply engrossed in the book, he suddenly heard the street dog barking in the distance. He ignored it, thinking that the pack of dogs might have cornered a hapless pig. But soon the barking became louder and the aggressive and the cawing of flock of crows added to the cacophony. As the disturbance grew closer, curiosity got the better of him. Leaving the book aside, he rushed to the veranda. What was going on? As the author glanced towards the clubhouse, he saw something horrible. A big male langur, evidently the leader of its group, was holding the baby langur and cruelly biting it all over with the intention of killing. The hapless mother of the baby and the other lesser members of the langur group, which were scattered on the roof of the building nearby, were watching the baby being killed. The author recalled terrible custom in the animal clan according to which the dominant male usually does not allow another male to survive within its group. Without losing any time, the author, with a stick in one hand, threw the piece of stone at the marauding langur, which was so infuriated that it hardly took any notice of it, and the author continued its attack. Dogs, on their part, raised their pitch of cry, due to which the langur dropped the baby from sloping roof over the veranda. As the baby slid down listlessly over the roof of the pack of the dogs were excited at the prospect of good kill and meal. Keeping the dogs at bay with stick, the author managed to catch hold of baby langur tail just. It tipped over the edge of tiled roof. The male baby was inert and lifeless. By this time, author parent, sister, and few distant neighbors were witnessing the scene. The author took baby langur to his poultry coop in the backyard and laid him on the floor. The baby was full of bite marks and bleeding profusely. The author's father gave the baby first aid and stopped bleeding. The, he was relieved to see the baby breathing. Splashes of cold water made the baby move, and after few shaky attempts he sat up. In the state of shock, baby was trembling like a leaf in the wind. His two little eyes welled up with tears and he started to sob with muffled cry just like a human child after experiencing trauma. The baby was given a banana to eat. The author's priority to revive the baby, but he had strong feeling of being watched. Looking up, he saw Mother Langur closely monitoring every move of author as if he convinced that no harm was done to child. The baby sensed his mother's presence, so the author retreated from the door of the coop so as to allow the mother across to her baby. The mother langur danced on the floor and coop after thorough inspection to check injuries and the cuddled baby in the bosom. The baby found great solace in her arms. The mother sat still with baby in her lap for the minute pondering over her option to save the baby from further assault. The mother langur looked straight into Arthur's eyes, showing silent gratitude for saving her child. With the author remembered till the date. He was overwhelmed by the emotions and the way she said thank to him. There sat Universal Mother holding stricken child in her lap. Then, in a flash, after surveying the area for the wicked male Rangur, she left in the opposite direction to the place of the violent encounter. The brief meeting with the mother langur convinced the author about interspecies communications and mutual trust is indeed a reality which hums into action if right chord is struck. The mother and the baby showed author that food was not only means of communication between man and animal, but it can be established through trust, compassion, and mutual understanding. 55 years have elapsed since that day. The author is now 70 years old, but he still fondly remembers that encounter of special kind. Thank you. Thank you very much.